Good evening, everybody. I pray that all of you had a good Thanksgiving here in the United States. We went to the camp, and because it's hunting season here in the area, and we spent time with family there, which was nice. And I put out a video recently of a Louisiana black bear that was videoed on Friday, and then us riding today on the four-wheelers. I have a lot of new subscribers that I want to say thank you for subscribing to me. I hope that I can offer you some distraction sometimes, because we all need distractions with everything that's going on. And I hope that I can offer you some advice sometimes and different perspectives and ways to look at things. I am 51 years old. I live in the United States. You can hear from my Southern accent that I am Southern. I've lived all over the United States in my lifetime, but it's been a while I've come back to the state of Louisiana, but I'm glad I did travel when I was younger. I was hoping to go overseas, but after 9/11 and everything, and then just life, it never happened. And now with everything going on today, I don't know if it'll ever be a possibility. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't struggle with the fact that traveling may not be possible for a while. I don't struggle with sporting events or huge get-togethers or anything like that. My life is not inconvenienced in any way by the lack of those things, because I think I gave them up a long time ago. And there are things that if you focus and you allow yourself to stay on the side of good and to listen to your gut instinct, your little gut feeling that you have. It took me a long time to realize to truly trust it. I used to question myself greatly and think that I was judging people and not being fair, especially somebody I met, initially. But it turns out that usually my gut instinct is correct. And I began to realize later on in life, after many trials and tribulations and much pain and mistakes, that was God talking to me, the Creator, telling me that something's wrong, something's not right, and I need to pay attention. It would have saved me a lot of bad mistakes in my life. But unfortunately, I didn't get it till a little bit later in life. There are times when things get so messed up in life, and usually caused by other human beings and their bad behavior, that things just seem completely and totally out of control. And that's when you have to have faith. You have to have faith at your lowest of times. You have to have faith that no matter what happens, that eternity is real and that life truly does go on. Energy, who we are, goes on. And it is through our trials and tribulations that we learn and we polish ourselves, kind of like a rock in a river flowing over us in time. I still have rough areas, but I've been polished in a lot of ways. Some of you are going through things right now that I cannot even imagine, like the Aboriginal tribes in northern Australia and the Australian people, period. I try and put myself in other people's shoes. I try to empathize and pray and lend my pleas to their pleas. No matter what happens in all this, everything has been really messed up a very, very, very long time. And a lot of us have known it, but we just thought somehow we were really different. And we just didn't quite fit in, no matter how much we pretended or seemed to fit in. We have always known that things weren't right and things were going astray. If you had any benefits from being around any of your elders and you listened, they told you. But it's gotten worse, a lot worse. And it's much more nefarious than any of us could have ever have imagined. And whatever I do imagine, it's probably even worse than that. None of what is happening is logical. None of what is happening makes sense, because there's nothing good behind it. When there's good behind things, you can see the reason. You can see the logic and the ethics and the compassion, and you can see all that. There's no need for bribery. There's no need for forcibly doing anything. There's no need for any of that if it comes from a place of good. It's kind of like when I used to teach children. Most of the children I taught were older. But the reason I was successful at teaching is because I came from a place of good, and they understood that I cared about them and I loved them. There's no faking that. There's no faking any of that. And if you really, really can sense in people and open up yourself to the energy around you, because everybody puts off energy, then you can feel the negative or the positive. You can get hints at whether or not to believe what they're saying or what they're doing when dealing with somebody else. This goes on a personal level. This goes in a job level. This goes in all aspects of anybody who's in charge, all the way up the line. You need to open yourself up and pray every day. We didn't just magically get here. There is a purpose. There is a purpose. It doesn't matter whether you believe in the Christian faith or any other sort of faith that comes from a good foundation and leads you towards good things. If you are involved in anything that in any way belittles people, they feel less than, they're not treated equally, anything within the church or temple or gatherings that you have, and there's a definite hierarchy because men and women tend to ruin things, then that's not the place that you need to be. Your relationship with the Creator is a personal relationship. You do not need any man or woman to stand between you and the Creator. And anybody who does that and asks you for money for that, there's something wrong. There's something very, very, very wrong. I could never live with myself living in some mansion or really, really nice house, and some of these people nice cars and clothes, and some of them even have airplanes, knowing that there are people in my congregation who are giving me money that they can't afford for this. And anytime you're in any sort of religion of any kind and materialism is the focus, you also have a problem. Everybody needs a certain amount to live comfortably, depending on where you are and are located, depends on how much money you need to live comfortably. But to make being famous or getting rich your priority, and to use people to get there is disgusting as far as I'm concerned. The Joel Osteens of the world. And there's so many others. Now's the time for you to get in touch and pray every day in your own words to your Creator and ask for forgiveness and ask for guidance and ask for direction and ask for the knowledge that you need to survive while you're here and to learn while you're here as much as possible and to help others as much as you can and to do the right thing for yourself and your family. We're in a world of hurt, people. I think where we're at in the United States, we're much better off than other places. And certain places in the United States are worse off than others. You need to learn how to live with less. You need to learn how to conserve. You need to learn how to cook. You need to learn how to get water and how to filter it if necessary. You need to learn how to preserve food. You need to learn how to fish. You need to learn a lot of things. There's plenty to do. Things that you can teach your children. Because we've gotten really comfortable and we've become a throwaway society. And we need to learn to start how to use things. Inflation's going to get worse. Control's going to get worse. You're going to have to get creative. You're going to have to work systems and know people. You're going to have to get smart, especially in certain areas of the world. Real smart. You're going to have to learn how to appreciate the smaller things more. And even if everything shifts and everything were to go back to 2019 tomorrow, I think a lot of us understand that our priorities in life have been very, very, very messed up. Very messed up. Hopefully, when all said and done, we're going to be better off for it. Change is a-coming. And it's up to each one of us in our communities on what it is that we will or will not tolerate, what we will or will not put up with, and to help others who get in bad situations if possible, but not at the expense of ourselves. You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anyone else. You have to. And you have to read and do the research on your own and have faith in yourself. This isn't a popularity contest. This is your soul. And I have a really, really, really good feeling that maintaining your soul and your integrity and dignity is the most important thing of all. Because by doing that, that energy will push out into the world. Because Lord knows we have enough bad energy coming at us. Bottom line, hang on to your faith and also develop faith within yourself. Remain humble. Remain humble. Because anything that comes through you is of the Creator and your connection to the Creator. It's not you. Except that you're good and able to listen. Just listen. So many of us are so impatient and we like immediate gratification. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Hang on, people. It's going to get really bumpy. And you're going to have to dig deep. And depending on where you are, depends on how far you're going to have to dig. But it's important. It's extremely important. Because life isn't just about what's here on earth. It's much bigger than that. Much bigger. Thank all of you for subscribing to me. Know that I'm sincere. I mean everything that I say. I've been very hesitant to speak too much on here, too deeply on here, because I have people in my past who are not good people, who've actually used this channel in a courtroom against me, or tried to. It was a big failure, but what I have to say is more important than just me in a courtroom, and I think I'm past all that at this point. And to you who want to use it against me in a courtroom, you know who you are. You do not have my permission to use any of my videos against me. And you need to do a little soul searching yourself. I feel sorry for you. And I actually pray for you. I'm sure you don't pray for me. Because that's the kind of person you are. Things are going to start shifting. We're going into Christmas. They're already pushing enclosures in Europe, Austria, parts of Australia, South. Now they're saying a new variant coming out of South Africa. Turn off the TV and listen. Pray and listen. Watch the patterns and pray for discernment. Trust in yourself and trust in your Creator. Love to you all. Bye for now.